I feel all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it just soreness thing you've been going through?
Yeah, just soreness, bug going through. Fine.
Is it? Do you try to manage? I mean, the workload a little bit. And I know when you're practicing every day, that can be difficult to do.
Yeah, it's a long season, so you don't want to, overwork yourself, at the beginning of the year, but I'm fine.
Yeah. What did you like most about that last game? Obviously, get the win, but what stood out to you the most?
I think how we did it defensively. Offensively, I feel like, we always talk about to make or miss the league, but I think we did it last game on the defensive end. That's a team that doesn't turn the ball over, a ton. We were able to force turnovers, get out for like 30 fast break points. So I think a big part of how we played the other day was defense.
And what do you attribute? Just you obviously limited Tyrese quite a bit. Was that a little bit of familiarity with him?
It was knowing personnel, going over our scout, getting, whatever their play calls are, and it was just going in and executing the game plan.
What's the key to you guys having a good defensive game? Like, is it rotations?
I think it's a combination of things, but it starts off with knowing who you're playing against, knowing play calls, and whenever you can get play calls and just be able to disrupt the play, and make that break down, and then basically try to get into ISO or just trying to do a pick and roll, I think is the key to having a successful defense.
And coach is always talking about trending upwards. Do you feel like that's what you've seen recently?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've been a lot better defensively, and there are still areas where we need to continue to be better at.
What you guys are playing right now, especially obviously when you win, it's there, but the joy in the game just really. It's really kind of a palpable thing. I mean, what do you feel about just the joy and the chemistry that you guys have?
I think it's high. I think the energy that guys are coming out and continuing to cheer for each other, have each other's back, no matter what it is. I think it's at an all-time high right now. And like I said, we all feel like we could play even better. And like I said, trending upwards. You want to continue to try to play better throughout the season. Like I said, we had our 7-game winning streak, but we feel like we can play better than we did then.
This back-to-back, you guys play with some pretty odd times. Does that disrupt routine at all?
Not necessarily. I feel like it's happened before, and I feel like everybody's been through it, especially when you have weekend back-to-back. So, those are a bit early games. But I think we'll be ready. I think guys will be ready to play.
Do you think this team has an identity at this point?
Yeah, teams kind of know when we come out, it's gonna be an up and down game. But for us, we want to be able to get up and down while being able to get stops. Usually when teams are playing at a fast pace, they're super high-scoring games. But for us, we know that we want to continue to get up and down. But if we are able to string 2, 3, 4 stops together, we can break open leads.
Do you feel like teams aren't overlooking you guys the same way?
I definitely think it's a different look, but you want to continue to try to work to get that stigma off.
When you said, obviously you agreed with Coach, who said it was the most complete defensive effort. What stands out on film? Like, what are you seeing in those moments when you guys are executing the right way defensively?
I think it's communication. I think it's 5 guys on a string. And like I said, just everybody knowing what we're doing at a certain time. If it's one play call, we know we're in this coverage. If it's a different play call, we're in this coverage. And I think that just going through film and, like I said, just knowing the team that you're playing against is a big part of that.
What's it been like for you to see Malik's personality kind of seem to be infectious around this group?
I think it's great. I've always known what he could do on the court, but when you get around him, you feel his energy. You feel that he's there, and I think it's beyond just his basketball skill.
His cut finally healed?
Yeah, his cut was healed.
Do you really